I know I ask everybody to mute themselves out, but tell me if you can see this screen because I can't see your faces now. One person? Can you see it?
No.
No,
Okay.
I just see you.
Okay, let me keep going here. Share screen. How's that? Better?
Yep, we can see it now.
Perfect. Okay, go back to your mute. Thank you so much. Well, good evening. My name is Severin Garrett, and I am a certified health coach. I am thrilled to be sharing with you tonight. It is July 16th. This is our Team Health for Life call that we do every Monday night. If you're late joining us, go ahead and mute your line so that we don't have any background noise. And that will be so helpful. But I just want to say welcome and thanks for joining us. We tonight will be talking about income generating activities. And I guess a good question I want to get us started with is, have you ever wondered to yourself, what is the best use of my time? What should I be doing with my time so that I can make the most of my time? That's what we refer to in the Juice Plus world as income generating activities. So if you will spend time on the things that I discuss with you tonight, you'll notice that your paycheck will increase. And I hope you realize that your paycheck is a direct reflection on how many people you're helping to get healthy. So there's, pretty exciting news. As you make more money, you help more people get healthier. So I think that that's a nice incentive for all of us to get focused. I love this quote, don't be afraid to fail, be afraid to not try. I say that to begin with because some of you may find the information that I share with you to be a little bit overwhelming or hard to get started. But I will tell you that if you'll start devoting some time every day to these activities and get into a rhythm, you will find that it's much easier and it's actually much more natural for you to do it every day. So don't be afraid to try. Be afraid to not try. Don't be afraid to fail. Let's talk about the three areas, the law of three, as the book called Eat the Frog describes, that we will be spending most of our time as Juice Plus reps so that we can create the most income for the time that we spend. We're going to be talking about the law of three. And the way that Brian Tracy explains it in this book, which I thoroughly recommend. I just read it this week. I read it in one evening. That tells you how quick it is. But I will go back to it because there's so much great, rich information. But what he describes is if we will choose three things that we can do really well in our business, we will be highly effective. And that just fits in perfectly with our presentation tonight. He said it's very hard for us to focus on 4 or 5 things. He also said if we will eat our ugliest frog first thing in the morning, our toughest task, that we actually gain endorphins. Endorphins, just like when you exercise, I know all of us have experienced that because we enjoy a healthy lifestyle, but I went running this morning and I'm just trying to get back in the habit of exercise every day or running every other day since I've been on a 3-week trip to Europe. And I have to tell you that it gave me more energy to go exercise. Even though it was very hard for me to get myself out of the bed at 5:30 in the morning, it gave me so much more energy to have my day come about after exercise. And so I want to encourage you that the same thing will happen when you take the time to eat your ugliest frog, as he calls it, first thing in the morning. And for me, my ugliest frog is talking to people and trying to create conversations. So we're going to be talking about the 3 things that will help you grow your income. The first one will be talking to more people. The second one will be events. And the third one will be customer care. When we're thinking about talking to more people, I just want to expand on the idea. It's about sharing your story. It's not about reaching out to people cold and saying, I just wanted to share Juice Plus. This is a great product. It's really worked for our family. No, what we want to do is learn to get into a relationship with someone and say, I would really love to share my health journey with you. And when they say yes, which who wouldn't want to hear that, we want to be able to quickly articulate our product and our business story. And hopefully you've been practicing that with your upline. If not, go ahead and set up a process to do that, because I am still perfecting my story, and I'm 7 years into this business. And your product and your business story change over time as you discover more things about yourself and why this business is important to you. So practicing your product and your business story is key, and talking to more people is a very important key activity that will help you generate more income. We can also talk to more people by building relationships. Sometimes we just have to do the small, simple steps of going to have coffee with a friend. We came back from the airport last week, and we met a new person. She was our Uber driver. And somehow I realized very quickly that she was into health and nutrition. So I got her contact information and invited her to a back to school event last week. She wasn't able to come because her little girl got sick. So my next step is to find a time that I can meet her for coffee. So instead of jumping in and sharing Juice Plus with her, I'm going to try to create a relationship with her first. And I think that's critical. Your job is not to just spew out product information. Your job is to create relationships so that people trust you and want to hear more about your health journey. Next, we want to invite to events. You know, events are critical in our business. We're going to talk about specific events next, but that's another way that we talk to people. So it's not about, again, pushing a product as much as inviting people to things. So today I got on Facebook and I started inviting people to an event that we're having here in Atlanta. It's Dr. Du Bois on Thursday night. And it's not too late to even invite on Monday to a Thursday event, but that's a way that I'm talking to more people. I'm also going to be following up to a back to school event that we did on Saturday. So I'm reaching out to people that came to the event or said they might be interested to just share with them what we did, how it went, and see if they would like to learn more about the health tips that we shared with other moms. So first critical task for income generating activities is talking to more people. I don't know if you guys have listened to the most recent post that Sandy made on the JBEZ group this week, but it's a NMD, or she might be a QNMD, that shared her 3 tips on how she moved to Q within 10 months. And one of the big things that she said was, this business is hard, but it's not that the activity is hard. What's hard is getting over ourselves and sharing and getting to know others, being in relationship with more people. So I will post that video on our Health for Life page tomorrow because it was amazing. It was a young millennial, and she was sharing her story, and she was sharing how talking to more people is the critical component of our business. The second thing that I'd like to talk about in terms of income generating activities is events, events, events. This is the foundation of our business, and we will spend time planning events, inviting to events, and doing follow-up to events. So it's not good to just create an event and get people there. We have to then follow up, because we know that it takes 6 to 7 touches for someone to choose Juice Plus. And just on Saturday, Latoya Palmer Addy, many of you know her, created this back to school event. You can see the invite to the right there. So now our job is to follow up with the people who came and figure out, you know, what they learned, what their questions were, what stood out to them, and then slowly share Juice Plus with them. They learned about it at the event, but let's give them another video. Let's move to the next step. 3-way calls. That's a critical event for us. Introducing potential product users and or team members to your upline is really, really a great way to get third-party validation. I've had several team members that are kind of scared of this technique. They're like, "Ooh, what? I asked somebody to join a call with you." And actually, after they experience it, there's a lot of magic that happens in 3-way calls. I'm sure each of you could talk about a different call that you've done. So if you haven't embraced 3-way calls yet, please do. Get with your upline, figure out her schedule, and try to, you know, come up with reasons to introduce people to your upline and or somebody similar to them. A great example is just recently we did a 3-way call for one of Marissa's friends. Marissa's on my team, and she had a personal trainer who actually teaches classes at Orange Theory. So she could have introduced her to me. We could have done a three-way call, but we chose instead to find another fitness professional, and your upline can help you do that. And we chose to connect her with another fitness professional. We were still on the line. We were involved in the call, but how much more effective is it if you can introduce someone that has some commonality? Maybe we've got Danny on the line tonight. She's got a brand new baby. She might want to meet somebody else that has a new baby so they could talk about health and their current life stage. Coffee dates are a great way to have an event. Just plan to meet somebody for coffee. I'm meeting a brand new neighbor tomorrow for coffee. I'm going to get to know her. I'm not going to share Juice Plus on the first coffee, but I'm just going to get to know her so that later I can ask her, she might want to join me for maybe a doctor's talk, or she might want to come to one of my fitness events that we do with our team. As I mentioned, we did a back to school event this weekend. It was fantastic. If you'd like to learn more, LaToya would be happy to share it with you. We also did, we do often, salad in a jar here in Atlanta. I think all of you have done one of those. Those are just an easy way to pull people together and they go home with salads. And finally, we do here in Atlanta a sneak peek once every other month. And that is an opportunity for people to be around our community and to learn about the business in a really comfortable setting. We do it at a restaurant, and we just make it a lot of fun. So think about events. What events are you planning? Try to have at least one a month. And if you're working with your team, maybe a couple a month. Here's a couple of examples of other events. We do a value add event every other month, and this is one that we did a few months ago. It was beauty and nutrition. On the right is our sneak peek that we did a few months ago. And this is a local pizza place that has an extra room that we can use if we all order some food. And we do order some things, and we provide appetizers to the group if they'll come and learn more about our business. I am so excited about hosting one of these. I have not yet, but I love the invite. I think Melissa has done one of these. So let's talk about health. I think it's a fun reason to get some friends together and have either, margaritas and Mexican, or do something that would create kind of a Mexican theme, maybe at a restaurant. So we all know that events are important. Just try to be creative. Salad in a jar is so simple. My friends love it when I host salad in a jar. And every time we host a salad in a jar party, we introduce something new. Maybe it's a shred program that's getting ready to start, or maybe it's an upcoming doctor that's going to be speaking in the Atlanta area. The third key income producing activity that we want to talk about is customer care. Customer care seems pretty obvious, but I don't want to lose sight of how important it is. When we create raving fans, people who love our products and that are happy to share it with their family and friends, we create potential team members. And they tell us that 2 out of every 10 customers will become a rep. So the more we can create raving fans, and the way that we do that is we stay in touch with them. We invite them to join our community. Maybe we ask them to come to our sneak peek event to learn about the business. Maybe we invite them to the salad in a jar. Customers are someone that we forget about a lot. We think, oh, they've already started, so I don't need to invite them to events. But customers need to stay involved in our community so that hopefully they'll become a rep. We want to remind them of why they got started. In the beginning, we always want to ask the question, what is it that you're hoping that Juice Plus will do for you and your family? And then when we call them back, the first 4 months, we call them each month and touch base with them. I really am trying hard to speak with my customers, not just leave a text or a voicemail. And I want to remind them of why they got started, and I want to hear how their health journey is going. We all have Facebook groups for our customers. They're a little bit different for each of us, but add them to your customer Facebook group and be sure that they're getting educated about the product. And it's not just, the emails that come from corporate, but they're being a part of a community where they're hearing others who are shredding, they're hearing others who are feeling, their family get healthy, they're seeing kids not go to the doctor as much, they're encouraged, and they're now aware of their health journey even more. The final thing is be in relationship with your customers. Look for their children's birthdays when they're posting on Facebook. Look for their vacations when they get back. Reach out on Facebook and just say, oh my goodness, it looks like you had a great trip to the beach. I'm so glad that everybody stayed healthy. Tell me more about it. And so just check in and try to share things that would be important to them and to comment on their post on Facebook. So the next question that almost all of my reps ask me is, well, how much time do I need for these income generating activities? First of all, I'm going to read you this quote to the right. This is your Monday morning reminder that you are powerful, you are beyond measure, and you are capable of anything you're willing to work for. And you can change your life today. That is so true in this business. If you are willing to work and to devote time on your income generating activities, you will change your life. And so the way that I answer that question is the more time you invest, the more you'll see your paycheck grow. But at a minimum, I would say you need to invest 30 minutes a day on income generating activities. We just talked about those three things: talking to more people, having events or planning events, inviting to events, and then finally customer care. The other things that we do in a given day, maybe it's listening to a podcast, maybe it's listening to a training call like this. That's not included in your 30 minutes a day. You want to spend at least 30 minutes a day on income generating activities. If you want to grow your paycheck quicker, then I would spend an hour or maybe 2 on income generating activities. And the way that you do that is you set an appointment with yourself and you do not break it. It's just like having an appointment to go to a, Orange Theory class or a Pilates class. If I've got that on the calendar, I'm not going to miss it because I really want to do that for myself. And it's the same with your business. Go ahead and set an appointment with yourself to reach out and do the income generating activities. Talk to more people, plan events, invite to events, and finally reach out to customers. The next one I think is really important, and I'm just going to tell you my story. I have been gone for 3 weeks. I went on a mission trip, and I went to visit my husband's family in London. I got back, and I had lost my rhythm. I was not touching base with people every day, and it has been very hard for me to get back into a daily rhythm, because what I have found is when you're used to doing this every day, Monday through Friday, it becomes easier for you. When you get out of that rhythm, it's like, oh my goodness, I need to find some people to call today. How do I do that? So what I suggest is that you choose at least 30 minutes a day, hopefully more like an hour if you're trying to grow your business, and just set it as an appointment. Eat your ugliest frog first thing in the morning. I'm going to remind you of that in a second, but consistency matters. And some people say, well, I can devote a couple of hours on Friday only. Well, actually, that's better than nothing, absolutely, but you would do much better to do 30 minutes a day, Monday through Friday. It has clearly been proven that if you touch your business every day, there are so many more returns than just touching it once a week for a few hours. So think of how you can build this into your life. Many of you work full-time still, and so you've got to be creative. Maybe it's your lunch hour, maybe it's before work, or maybe it's after work. But carve out time and make an appointment to do this for yourself and for your business. So in summary, eat your ugliest frog first thing in the morning. It's clearly been proven. Brian Tracy's book talks about it. If you'll do it first thing in the morning, you have endorphins, you have energy for your day. And you find that the next day is easier because you got it done. I got up this morning and I got started about 8:30, finished up about 9:30 with making about 15 contacts. And I felt so good that I had accomplished my hardest task, eating my ugliest frog first thing in the morning. Plan your week in advance. So on Sunday night, I actually sat down and planned out when I was going to do my income generating activities each day. And I just found time on my calendar. It wasn't always between 8 and 9. Sundays I have to do it in the afternoon, but I put it on the calendar as an appointment. I also think it's critical that you have your memory jogger ready with names on it already so that you're not sitting there in your 30 minutes going, now who else can I contact? It is best if you've already figured out who you want to contact in the next couple months and put them on a list. And sometimes it's your second and third contact that you're tracking from your memory jogger. That is fine. But keep a list and don't make it hard on yourself by sitting down and not knowing where to start. The last thing that I'll finish with is have fun with it. create a game with yourself. We are on a mission to help others get healthy, and I'm going to choose joy in the process. So before I start doing my contacts like I did this morning, which were, kind of hard to do, I just said to myself, I'm going to have fun with it. I want people to know how my family's getting healthier. I want people to have an opportunity to get healthy like our family and also get healthy in their finances like my family. This business has changed our family's finances. It has changed our family's health. Why wouldn't I share that with the people I love and care about? So remind yourself of that. Don't think of yourself as being a burden to these individuals. Think of yourself as sharing some really great news. And they can choose if they're ready for it or not, but why wouldn't you share it? So hopefully in today's session, I'm going to go, here we go. I'm going to take it off stop share for a second and stop the recording. But